Welcome to the Stark Roxxon War. This is Jason from the Multiverse. Stay with me as I break down Spencer Ackerman's Iron Man #1. Before we get into this, do me a big favor. Do all those YouTube things. Like this, subscribe, hit that bell icon so you can see content like this whenever it's available. All right, let's dive into Iron Man #1, the Stark Roxxon War. I liked this book. And I've got to tell you, it's not unanimous. All the people I've talked to have not liked this book, but I'm kind of excited about it. And I'll tell you what I like the most about it. Now, first things first, let me talk to you about the writer and the artist for this book. The writer is somebody that I haven't seen on a comic. I'm not positive if he's done one or not up to this point, but Spencer Ackerman. Now, Spencer has been a Pulitzer Prize winning writer, and he's been an author in the past. He won a Pulitzer Prize in 2014, I believe. He's a national security writer, which is perfect when you've got a character like Tony Stark, who has a company that makes weapons. And right now, that's one of the central conflicts. Stark Industries is back to making weapons. And we see Tony picking up where he left off following the fall of X, and Fei Long had taken over some stuff, gotten Stark into the weapon manufacturing again. Tony hasn't had a chance to pull them out yet. So we're starting in a place where his company's doing some things that he really doesn't want them to do. He's ready to meet with the board and do some things to get things realigned. All right. So we've got exactly the right writer for this kind of thing. Now, the other thing that we have here is he's done some Iron Man work in the past on a couple of different volumes. He's done some Venom work. He's done some work on Aliens. He's new to me here, but his artwork is good. I enjoyed the artwork. In fact, drawing some of the big mechs and the new Ironmonger that they have in here that I'll show you here is pretty cool. It's pretty fun. So background, I told you, Tony had lost control of his company. He has control again, and he has this armor that he's been using, this mystical armor that has a shield that keeps it from being affected by magic. And I don't want to spoil the whole thing, but what I'll tell you is Tony's really going to wish he was wearing that armor more often. Really early on, Tony, his armor cuts out on him. He falls a terrible fall and is in the hospital for a long time. When you see Tony, he's a very different look. He's skinny. Like, this looks like meth addict Tony. He's not eating well, this guy. Turns out he's been in the hospital for a long time, recovering from this injury in the Iron Man suit. And he's not fully recovered even now. And he's got to go and meet with his board. He meets with his board, and we find out that his board is hearing about an offer to take over the company, to take over Stark Enterprises. And that offer is coming from some of our arch enemies from AIM. And it's Roxxon AIM conglomerate that has come together to bid to take over Stark Industries. This is very interesting to me. This is actually the thing I like about this book. This is what I'm excited about. I love the idea of a business level fight while we have the more in your face superhero fights that are going on. So we saw this years and years ago in Tower of Babel when you had Lex Luthor in a fight with Bruce Wayne, but business level fight between Lex Luthor and Bruce Wayne, while everybody else is fighting on the ground, doing their own thing. I love that kind of story. And this is a really interesting premise to me that they're taking on. What I think we're going to see out of this is Tony's in a place where he can't fully trust his armor. He can't trust the things that he's been building and the things that he takes for granted right now. And we're going to see how he works through that. How does he strip out all the things that someone could cause trouble to, that could cause him injury in the end, like he suffered in the very beginning here? How does he do that? Ooh, we get into a nice Iron Man building sequence. Now, I'm not sure how I love the idea of like steampunk looking Iron Man. I'm not going to use any tech. It's all going to be mechanical. Try to stop that, bucko. That's kind of what it feels like it's doing. I don't love that. I like the super high tech Iron Man. So I'm hoping that we get out of this really, really quickly. We can go back to high tech Iron Man. Bottom line for me on this book, I love the premise. The fight scenes are fun. He has a couple of really interesting, fun things where people are just recording themselves. They're like influencers and they're trying to get clicks. So they're fighting Iron Man in order to get clicks, which I thought was kind of funny and a good premise. And a commentary on the absurdity of our own society that we have today. We see some battles that he's having. He meets with a union leader within one of his factories to talk about how they want to see Stark Industries change. And Tony's in alignment with what they want. Man, he is such a bleeding heart. He's not a great businessman. I have a feeling that Batman, like the Bruce Wayne version, is way more heartless, is my guess. Like, I don't think he's given in to the union leaders necessarily. I don't know, but that's what we got with Tony. He's a little bit of a bleeding heart here. That being said, this is going to be a great fight. We're going to have a battle in the boardroom, kind of a succession kind of thing. We're going to have a battle with Roxxon at the same time. That's more rock'em sock'em superhero stuff. And I don't think I don't think you can do much better than to insert a little succession into your comic books, right? That's not a bad deal. So here's the deal. This is out now. Number 1 is out, and it's time to pre-order number 2 and beyond. Subscribe to this series. You can get number 1 from us still. We do have some copies at the Multiverse if you want those. I'll include a link in the description here for you if you want it. And if not, go to your local comic shop and they may have a copy as well. So check with them. The other thing is if you want books like this all the time, make sure you subscribe. So tell your local comic shop you want to subscribe. But if you don't have a local comic shop, I would invite you to subscribe with us. We are at the Multiverse and it's www.multiverse.shop. If you want to subscribe, I walk you through exactly how to do it step by step. We don't even ask for a credit card. You get free shipping on 10 comics or more and always free bags and boards. So we try to make it easy. We offer a premium service for people who want quality comics. All right. Thanks for sticking with me. I really would love to hear what you think in the comments of Iron Man number 1, since you can get that in your hands right now.